What's going on, world? What's going on? It's your main man. Right back at that ass again. There's another one. What's going on? I just want to touch base with y'all, man, real quick. I was at work today, man, and I don't want to get too personal. But I'm gonna start probably having a segment. And first and foremost, thanks for everybody who's been subscribing, liking, making comments on the page. Welcome to all the new subscribers. A little bit about me. I'm a straight shooter, man. I say what I feel, and I come from the hip, man. So, make a long story short, I think I'm gonna start having this segment called uh, "Dumbest Black Woman of the Day," because I see at least one per day or one every other day. So I might do it every week, man. I might do it, once a month. But dumbest black woman of the day. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, and y'all could share some thoughts and stories about some dumb black women that you see, or something that made you, one, the dumb thing she did, two, how she could have remedied the situation or fixed it, and three, I guess how typical it was, and how embarrassing it was. But this is not a big thing, but I find that black women love to have an attitude, as most of us know. So I was at work, right? Not to give up too much personal information, but I was at work, right? And I give this woman, I didn't even know her name, but she was the dumbest black woman of the day. She gets that award, right? So she comes in, typical to weave, right? Curly weave. All right. Because the other black woman who worked in the store didn't have a register, right? I'm not a cashier, but that taking money is sometimes part of the job. I'm actually in sales, right? One of the first sales jobs I've had where you actually have to count money. But anyway, black woman comes into the store, right? All right, so the amount she owes, right, is on the bill is $560 some odd dollars, right? The past due amount is $257, right? So she says she wants to pay the bill, so she gives me $260 because she of course she's not gonna pay the whole thing. A lot of black women, and I'm not saying it's not in the black race as a whole, but now that I used to have some of this in me as well. Now I know as a kid, where I got it from, that attitude to do just enough. That's what our people have become, man. We do just enough to get by, right? So, and I'm not saying you always have the money to pay the whole 500, but here's an example, right? So it was 500. Okay, so the past due amount is 257. She gives 260, right? So I wanted to say, well, your change is only going to be about $2, two and some change, right? I said, well, how much of the 260, do you want to put? And I was trying to say pretty much, do you want to put the whole 260 towards it? Because it's $257, right? Oh no! And she said with attitude, I want to pay the 257, right? So she wanted the $2 back, right? So hold up, and I'll explain to you what's my problem. So I put in the amount she wants to pay. Then I put in the amount that she actually gave me. So the change is $2. I don't have any ones. The register is filled with hundreds and fifties. So I count out the money in quarters. That's all I got, quarters. The other thing would have been to give her the dimes. That would have been worse, right? So I counted out the quarters. Then she looks at me. Oh, you ain't got no ones? I said, no. I just got hundreds and fifties in the register. That's why I asked you, since it was the past due amount is 257, you gave me 260. Did you want to put the whole 260 down? because you're gonna have to pay it anyway. So I said, that's why I asked you earlier. So I proceeded to give her the eight quarters and some change, and she puts it in her purse and has an attitude and stomps off and closes her purse hard. Now here's the thing, man. The bill is $257. You give me $260. What in the fuck you gonna do with $2? And you owe $500. Just put the whole fucking $260 on it. Why you want change? You gonna have to pay it anyway. You already got another 30-day amount for another $260. You owe like $530 too. Why not put that $260 down? What you want $2 for? It ain't gonna fill your tank. Not these days. Like that just enough type shit. And I can see why, because black women are raising the kids, and it shows, man, that just enough bullshit. And you're gonna have to pay all of it eventually. So what you gonna do? And then mad because I don't got singles. See, that's why I'm gonna have and that's the problem. So one, that's what she did. Two, how she could have remedied the situation. Just say, I don't want to change. Just go ahead and keep. Average person would have said, just go ahead and keep that $260, man. I'm gonna have to pay it anyway, right? Unless it's only $2. It ain't like it's $15 and change, right? It's $2. So low that I can give you that amount in quarters, right? But she had that just enough attitude, just that ghetto shit, and then give you attitude for doing your job. When I asked you specifically, I was trying to say, hey, look, man, I can't tell you what to do with your money, but put all that shit down, man. See that she gets the dumbest black woman of the day award, And if you have an award where you want to give that out to the dumbest black woman of the day, you can leave a comment under my video and tell me about the dumbest black woman you've seen today. What she did, how she could have fixed the situation. And did she give you attitude? I'm pretty sure she gave you an attitude. It can be a black woman you work with, one in your family, one you just saw at the post office. Tell me who gets the dumbest black woman of the day award in your neck of the woods. All right, but on to more precedented business, what this video is about. Black women love being lied to, man. They love being lied to, bro. And I kind of touched on this in some of my other previous videos. But I think this is one of the reasons why they say you'll hear a lot of black women saying there's no good black men out there. Because they always get gamed by the guys who know how to lie really well, man. The really good liars always had the most black women. You know what I'm saying? Usually the good liars, ones that can make you think like they talk and they talk so well that you want to believe what they have to say. Like good. That's why a lot of these preachers, man, they were ex-pimps, and when the cops ran the pimps in the 70s before drug dealers became big, the main hustle was the pimps, right? And Don Magic Juan talked about this in this video, man. That's why you got Iceberg Slim and those real pimps who were out there coming out with books and stuff like that. And what happened was in the 70s, you had all these pimps on the street, as well. Some of you may know this, especially you older guys, right? So, and like I was talking about the black exploitation, how it kind of depicted some of that or kind of promoted some of that, depending on what you believe, right? So the pimps were in the streets, right? And the cops ran the pimps off the block. So where did the pimps? I'm sorry. Where did the pimps end up going? They end up going to the church. Because on average, you're supposed to have a theology degree or a bachelor's in theology if you're a minister. And most black, a lot of black preachers, and especially the ones that preach in the black community, the Baptists, right? A lot of them don't even have a high school diploma, man. And in the South, almost anybody can open up a church, right? So, and these black women, so instead of, they had black women working for them on the street. So when the cops ran them off the streets, they ran into the church. And now, the pimping is the denominations. The church is never paid for, right? They send the plate around 2, 3, and 4, and 5 times. And I'm not trying to get into the church, but just to show you that pimping, right? And black women still they make up a large portion of the Baptist church, right? So they still get pimped. I've seen a Facebook video where this preacher, man, took these black women out on some type of excursion or some vacation. And he was talking about loving all the black women. And he had them bent over, man, on all fours, with no drawers on. And some of them were big. They were big, fat black women. And he had them bent over, and one of them, he was looked like he was eating her ass or something like that, man. I mean, just crazy stuff with some of these churches, man. And a lot of course, preachers are known for sleeping with the women in the congregation, right? I was thinking about this other story I had heard too. I'm pretty sure y'all heard different stories about pimps, but they pimp these black women through donations and pretty much now. And one story in particular, I had this one pastor when I was going to church, right? When I was like 12, 11, a guy was named Reverend Cotton, man, and he ended up shooting his wife in the mouth. Right? So I guess they went at it, him and his wife. So Cotton had a gun and he shot and it hit his wife in the mouth and I think chipped the molar, but she was coming at him with a knife. So why, you ask? I bet you it had something to do with him chasing draws. And I saw it it was on the news. It was in the local news. Right? And I went to church. We saw it on the local news on Saturday. On Sunday, he still came to church and preached. Then he said that he wasn't going to discuss the issue with the people in the church. He was only going to discuss the issue with the members. So basically, the people who were saved or had to give him tithes, that's who he was going to discuss the issue with. And I remember my grandfather talking against him. My grandfather said he should have came clean. And my grandmother said that she was going to keep going to church no matter what. She said she didn't care what he did. She was going to support him, right? Pimping, man. And them preachers tell lies. The church ain't paid for. Pimping, man. Black women love being lied to, bro. They love being pimped. They say they don't, but they do. And then you ask anybody, the average pimp, it's not a good person. They pieces of shit, but they have that gift of gab where they can lie and try to make you, they play them head games. They can speak very well and they can lie and make you want to believe what they say. I repeat, how you'll talk to some people and they can speak so well that pretty much you want to believe what they're saying, so you'll go along with it. Usually they're the ones who will say, I had an aunt like that in my family. She'll say certain stuff, and you want to believe it. Yeah, I'm going to do this for you. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Make all these promises, right? And don't keep any of them. That's the average preacher, man. And black women love preachers. And you can look at that and see why they pick the wrong guys, man. Because a lot of these dudes who could speak like these preachers end up banging these black chicks. And that's why they bang them and leave them, because those are dudes who make all the promises, right? Just like the pastor, right? Make all those promises to him. Oh, yeah, baby, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, da, 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 da. And then she get pregnant, he in the win. That's the dudes they picking. Now, not all dudes can speak like that. But those dudes who can really speak like that can really, you can get almost any woman easy, man. Especially black women. They love being. Now, I'm not saying all women to a point don't like being lied to. But again, when one side catches a cold, blacks catch what? Pneumonia. So whatever they like on one side, times it times 10, that's where we are. Black women love being lied to, dog. That's why it's not always about looks, even though they'll say, they want somebody with certain looks. I'm not saying they don't have unrealistic expectations. They do. But you'll look at some of them who they got kids by, and the person they got kids by don't have that six-pack, don't have that money, don't have none of that, right? She's having to try to fight for child support. But it's sometimes the few dudes who are banging all of them, a lot of those guys have certain things in common. Now, yeah, some of them, like back at home, the guy who was light skinned with the eyes, he used to fuck a lot of those, especially the dark skinned chicks. But some of those dudes, man, have that gab, man. The ones who really got that gab, not everybody, but the ones who really can talk that, make you want to, talk that shit, make you want to believe what they say. Those are the dudes who are pretty much just running through all these black women, and they love being lied to, man. They love being told they're pretty. They want to believe, because they want to believe in all types of bullshit. It's like the one on my page. She want to believe that white men are going to rescue them, that they're going to get all the Tom Cruises of the white race and the George Clooney's. They're going to get the rich white men who are going to, sweep them off their feet. That's why a lot of these brothers, a lot of these preachers can make a fortune off of the black women, man. That's why you can't, if you go to the average church, those preachers don't say anything against black women, no matter how fucked up. And that's why you got black women in the church. You might have saw that Facebook video where they was on stage. The one lady was on stage shaking her ass with them tight ass pants on. Yeah, man. And the preacher ain't gonna say nothing about he lets them do it because they paying him. And a lot of times too, you a preacher, you got a decent sized church. Pretty much you live like our preacher lived in the suburbs, man. And probably a few of the deacons too, but his house was paid for. And not to really get into the church, but just to talk about how basically black women love being pimped, man. They love being lied to. That's what the average pimp used to do. Lie to them, baby, I can take you here. Baby, I can take you there. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about nothing. Like, Daddy got you. Daddy going to look out for you. But you got to look out for me the way I look out for you. You know what I'm saying? You got to, I need you to be loyal to me, not to nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have a lot of these pimps out here trying to get with you because you pretty, you fine, you got them nice eyes. But let them know. Let them know, girl, you only for daddy. You know what I'm saying? And you show me that loyalty, I'll show you that loyalty, girl. I take you places you ain't never been before. You know what I'm saying? I take you back and forth. I done been all over the world twice, girl. Now I'm going to take you with me, but you got to believe in me the way I believe in you. You understand? Yes, Daddy, I understand. All right, now, all right. So I'm going to have you on this corner. I only take the best hoes, the brightest hoes. So just the fact that you with me, you can ask anybody around here. I'm the biggest pimp around, baby. I've been doing this for so long, for too long. You know what I'm saying? Since the song of song. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you go out there, baby, and go ahead and make me some. You know what I'm saying? They like that type of they like that type of slick talk shit. You can get them. Just the guys who could really flow like that, just like with the Mac and all that stuff. The way he used to talk, they like that shit, man. They like having their head fucked with. They don't say it, and they always come out like they want the real, but they don't want. If you want the real, why you always falling for the same fake motherfuckers? Because the people who can't spit like that, can't really get with them. And like I said, my man Roz Cosby was a rapper. He knew that. He said, the way he was getting with black women is by consistently lying to them, telling them that he had this, that he had the car. He'll rent it. I knew a dude that was like that. Because we go up to the club and he was like, yeah, man, but you don't want to walk up there like that because they might think we walking. When we was walking, but he wanted to make it seem like we just got out of some car or some limo or something like that, right? and just go up to them, lie to them, tell them what they want to hear. Yeah. And just keep on going with it and flowing until you get the draws. And then you already know you ain't going to call them no more, right? That's what they fall for that shit every time. But then they say, ain't no real men out here. But you love being lied to. That's why if I come on, you, the average dude, if you come on here and try to tell them some truth, they want to get you shut down. They'll call you names, all type of shit. If you say, hey, look, man, y'all fucking up. Y'all having all these kids with the wrong motherfuckers, dudes who ain't gonna make no commitment to you. If you just sit down and think about it for a little bit, maybe you can improve your situation. Oh, fuck what you talking about? We white men. That's why we getting with white men. They love being lied to. If you sit there and lie to them, that's why a lot of these cats who pretty much were at one point ahead of the movement in terms of empowering men. Now they didn't switch it around, because when they first was coming out talking, they channels was getting flagged. People was saying certain shit. But when they started, now they trying to tone it down a bit, and now all of a sudden they starting to get more. Females are more interested in their channel. They're getting all these people that like them, to subscribe to them. Their base is very big with female. I know some dudes that before they had a big fan base, they used to really get the truth. They used to really have some truth to tell, some really educating facts. And then once they started to boom, they totally dumbed it down. Like this one guy, he made this video about, he was a conspiracy type guy, and he made this one video about Michael Jackson, and I knew he really didn't believe that, because I remember when I first started following him, he had a whole nother perspective on it, but he said what he believed his audience wanted to hear. Got his views, finished the video, then came back on the video and said what he really believed. Talking about, yeah, man. I mean, I can't lie to y'all, man. I don't believe Michael Jackson is. I don't believe that was Michael Jackson. I believe that he was dead a long time before. He just switched his whole thing because he felt guilty about having a dumbest his content down. But to expand that base or get more females or to get more black females, he had to do what? He had to lie, man. And it works every time. Black females love being lied to. As long as you tell them that they doing okay, that they the backbone of the race, that they the most educated group out of all women, that they the rock of the black community, that they deserve to have the best man, no matter how fat they are, no matter how ugly they are, no matter how rude they are, no matter how wicked their spirit is. I saw some females on the one channel I saw talking about she got 3 kids by 3 different guys, and she says she's still a queen. Can you believe that shit? Somebody had. I couldn't even respond to that comment, man. She said she got 3 kids by 3 different dudes, and she's still a queen. In other words, people still gotta work. They gotta work for that pussy. That shit all banged out, man. Nobody don't want to. Now, who lied to her? You know what I'm saying? That's somebody be gassing them up. It's these talk shows and stuff like they love being lied to, and then they internalize that shit, and then they really start believing that. You really think you're a queen? Don't you hear that all the time? Black queen, and some of these females pushing that black queen shit, then been ran through I don't know how many times. 4, sometimes 3, 4, 5 kids. Some of them grandmothers at 37 years old. Some of them then took double penetration, one in the puss and up the butt. I mean, they just had 3 dudes at once, and still talking about they're a queen and deserve to be married. Somebody had to lie to them beforehand in order for them to repeat that. Because that's one thing you don't see women of other races always calling themselves queens, even though they've been ran through a lot less than some black females. Like, how can you be the queen and prostitution is on a high rise in the black community? And that's because of the black females, man. Like I said, you got $50 in the blunt, you can go real far. I done it. Well, not with the $50 though, but in terms of like a Happy Meal, and then we smoke, or it's over. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, how can you still? And then that's the thing. You'll sit up there and say you're a queen, but then, so a queen is the highest of a queen should be over all other women. So all other women are under you. The Arab, the Asian, the Caucasian. You know, like all the Caucasian women, the Italians, the French, the women from England, okay, all your Arab women, that means your women in the Middle East, Iraq, Iran, all your Asians, Chinese, Japanese, so on and so forth, all the women from the islands, they're all under the African American woman, because she's the queen. Black woman is the queen, right? Mostly here, African American women saying that they're queens. So you should be the leader of all other groups of women, right? But then when it comes to taking accountability for weaves and shit like that, the first thing they'll say is, white women do it too. So how you gonna be a queen, but then when it comes to taking ownership of your actions, you're going to compare yourself to another group? You a queen. So white women do it too, as if it justifies you doing it. Right? I mean, how is that? Like, who lied to black women? Who continues to lie to black women and tell them that they're queens despite all the shit that they have done and all the shit that they continue to do, despite all the bad behavior, they continue to push out to the public? Like who's someone's lying, and they're internalizing these lies. I mean, they love being lied to, but it's a lot of these preachers, like the Creflo Dollars, Eddie Long, I think one of them passed away. But these, they love being lied to, man. All these movies saying they're the queens and the backbones. Meanwhile, abortion rates are going up in the black community. More black kids being killed and born. And not saying the abortion rates isn't high and with other racial groups as well, but the black queen is supposed to be over everybody, right? So, they internalize these lies, man. These lies are not going to help you tell the truth. It's almost like that one story where they said that the emperor is wearing no clothes, and that story, and the emperor was walking around like, waving with the crown, and he was butt ass. But no one wanted to tell the emperor that he was butt ass because they didn't want to disrespect him. I guess it's a little different because the black woman is not really a queen, but she's still out there butt ass. Literally, she's out there butt ass. But anyway, you should have liked, subscribed, man. Let me know if you have the dumbest black woman of the day award. If you gave one out, let me know. Y'all stay strong, man. All right.